Adonai said, "Go down to the house of the king of Yehuda, and there speak this word. King of Yehuda, occupying David's throne, hear the word of Adonai, you, your servants, and your people who enter through these gates. This is what Adonai says. Do what is right and just. Rescue the wronged from the oppressors. Do nothing wrong or violent to the stranger, orphan, or widow. Don't shed innocent blood in this place. If you are careful to do this, then future kings occupying David's throne will enter these places, gates, riding in chariots and on horses, he, his servant, his people. But if you will not pay attention to these words, then I swear by myself, says Adonai, that this place will become a ruin. For here is what Adonai says concerning the places, the palaces of the king of Yehuda. You are like Gilead to me, like the peak of Lebanon. Yet I have turned you into a desert, uninhabited cities. I have designated men to destroy you, each one with his weapons. They will chop down your choice cedars and throw them into the fire. Many nations will pass by the city, and they will say to one another, why has Adonai done such a thing to this great city? The answer will be, because they abandoned the covenant of Adonai their God and worshipped other gods, serving them. Do not weep the king who has died. Do not mourn for him, Yeshayahu, but weep for the one who departs to Egypt, for he will never return, or see his native land again. For this is what Adonai says about Shallum, the son of Yeshayahu, son of Yehuda, who succeeded Yeshayahu, his father, as king. He has left this place never to return, but he will die in the place where he has left him captive without seeing this land again. Woe to him who builds his palace unfairly, its upper rooms by injustice, who makes his neighbor work for free and will not give him his wages, who says, I will build me a spacious palace with airy upper rooms, then make windows and cedar panels painted with vermilion. Your cedar may be excellent, but that doesn't make you a better king. True, your father ate and drank, but he also did what was right and just. So things went well with him. He upheld the cause of the poor and the weak, so everything went well. Isn't that what knowing me is all about? Says Adonai. In contrast, your eyes and heart are controlled entirely by your greed, your desire for shedding innocent blood, oppressing and exhorting. Therefore, here is what Adonai says concerning Yochayim, the son of Yeshayahu, king of Yehuda. There will be no one to mourn for him. Oh, my brother, or oh, my sister. There will be no one to mourn for him. Oh, my master, or oh, his glory. For he has given a donkey's burial, dragged out the gates of Jerusalem and thrown away to rot. Climb up to Lebanon and cry out. Raise your voice to Bashan. Cry out from Avarim. For all your lovers are broken. I spoke to you in your time of prosperity, but you said, I won't listen. This has been your pattern since you were young. You pay no attention to what I say. The wind will shepherd all your shepherds away. Your lovers will go into captivity. Then they will be ashamed and disgraced for all your wicked deeds. You will live in Lebanon and nesting in the cedars. How gracious will you be when your pain comes on you like a woman in labor? As I live, says Adonai, even if Konaha, the son of Joachim, king of Yehuda, were the signet ring on my right hand, I would pull you off and hand you over to those who seek your life, to those you fear. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Baal and the Casdim, I will hurl you and your mother, who gave birth to you, into a country different from the one you were born in, and you will die there. They will not return to the country to which they long to return. Is this Kenyahu, a despised broken pot, an instrument nobody wants? Why are you being thrown out? Why are he and his offspring thrown out into a country they do not know? Oh, land, 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 hear the word of Adonai. This, what Adonai says. List this man as childless. He is a lifetime failure. None of his offspring will succeed. None will sit on David's throne or rule again in Yehuda. Oh no, the shepherds are destroying and scattering the sheep in my pasture, says Adonai. Therefore, this is what Adonai, the God of Israel, says against the shepherds who shepherd my people. You have scattered my flock, driven them away, not taken care of them. So I will take care of you because of your evil deeds, says Adonai. I myself will gather what remains of my flock from all the countries where I have driven them and bring them back to their homes. They will be fruitful and increase in their number. I will appoint shepherds over them who will shepherd them. They will no longer be afraid or disgraced, and none will be missing, says Adonai. The days are coming when I will rise a righteous branch from David. He will reign as king and succeed. He will do what is just and right in the land. In his days, Yehuda will be saved. Israel will live in safety. And the name given to him will be Adonai Zedekneu, the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, says Adonai, the day will come when people no longer swear, as Adonai lives, who brought the people out of Israel and out of the land of Egypt, but as Adonai lives, who brought the descendants of the house of Israel up from the land of the north and from all the countries where I drove them. Then they will live in their own land. Concerning the prophets, my heart within me is broken. All my bones are shaken. I am like a drunk, like a man overcome by wine, because of Adonai, because of his holy words. For the land is full of adulterers. Because of a curse, the land is in mourning. The desert pastures have dried up. Their curse is evil, their power misused. Both prophet and Kohen are godless. In my own house I find their wickedness, says Adonai. Therefore their way will be slippery for them. They will be driven into darkness and fall there. For I will bring disaster upon them. Their year of punishment, says Adonai. I have seen inappropriate conduct in the prophets of Shomron. They prophesied by Baal and led my people Israel astray. But in the prophets of Jerusalem I have seen horrible things. They commit adultery, live in lies, so encouraging evildoers that none return from his sin. For they have all become like Sodom, and its inhabitant like Amorah. Therefore, this is what Adonai Svaot says concerning the prophets. I will feed them bitter wormwood, make them drink poisonous water, for ungodliness has spread through all the land, from the prophets of Jerusalem. Adonai Svaot says, don't listen to the words of the prophets who are prophesying to you. They are making you act foolishly, telling you visions from their own minds, and not from the mouth of Adonai. They keep reassuring those who despise me. Adonai says, you'll be safe and secure. And saying to all living by their own stubborn hearts, nothing bad will happen to you. Which of them has been present at the council of Adonai to see and hear his word? Who has paid attention to his word enough to hear it? Look, the storm of Adonai bursting out in fury, a whirling storm, a whirling down upon the heads of the wicked. Adonai's anger will not abate till he fully accomplishes the purpose in his heart. In the Acharet Hayamim, you will understand everything. I do not send these prophets, yet they ran. I did not speak to them, yet they prophesied. They had been present at my council. They should let my people hear my words and turn them from their evil way and the evil of their actions. Am I God only when near, says Adonai, and not when far away? Can anyone hide in a place so secret that I won't see him, says Adonai? Adonai says, do I not fill heaven and earth? I have heard what these prophets prophesying lies in my name are saying. I've had a dream. How long will this go on? Is my word the hearts of the prophets who's prophesying lies, who are prophesying the deceit of their own minds? With their dreams, what they keep telling each other, they hope to cause my people to forget my name, just as just as their ancestors forgot my name when they worshipped Baal? If a prophet has a dream, let him tell it as a dream. But someone who has my word should speak my word faithfully. What do chaff and wheat have in common? Asked Adonai. Isn't my word like fire? Asked Adonai. Like a hammer shattering rocks? So I am against the prophets, says Adonai, who steal my words from each other. Yes, I am against the prophets, says Adonai, who speak their own words. Then add, he says, I'm against those who concoct prophecies out of fake dreams, says Adonai. They tell them by their lies and arrogance they lead my people astray. I don't send them. I didn't commission them. They don't do this people any good at all, says Adonai. When someone from this people, a prophet or Cohen, asks you, what is the burden of Adonai? You are to answer them, what burden? Am I throwing you off, says Adonai, as a prophet, Cohen, or someone else from this people who speaks about the burden of Adonai? I will punish him and his household. So when you speak with your neighbor or brother, ask, what answer has Adonai given? Or what has Adonai said? Don't use the expression burden of Adonai, or more, for every person's own word will be his burden. Must you twist the words of the living God, of Adonai Svaot, our God? So when speaking to a prophet, ask, what answer has Adonai given you? Or what did Adonai say? But if you talk about the burden of Adonai, and here is what Adonai says, because you use this expression, the burden of Adonai, after I have already sent you in order not to say the burden of Adonai. I will lift you up, burden that you are, and throw you off away from my presence, you and the city I gave you and your ancestors. Then I will subject you to an everlasting disgrace, eternal, unforgettable shame. It was after Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babel, had carried Yechoniah, the son of Joachim, king of Yehuda, along with the other leaders of Yehuda, the artisans and the skilled workers, into exile from Jerusalem, and brought them to Babel. Then that Adonai gave me a vision. There, in front of the temple of Adonai, 2 baskets of figs were placed. One of the baskets had in a very good fig, like those that ripen first, while the other basket had very bad figs, so bad that they were inedible. Then Adonai asked me, Yirmiyahu, what do you see? I answered, figs. The good figs are very good, the bad ones are very bad, so bad they are inedible. The word of Adonai came to me. Here is what Adonai, the God of Israel, says. I will regard the exiles from Yehuda, whom I sent from this place in the land of the Casdim, as good, just as I do these figs. I will look after them for their good. I will bring them back to this land. I will build them up and not tear them down, plant them and not pull them up. I will give them a heart to know me, that I am Adonai. They will be my people, and I will be their God, for they will return to me with all their heart. But concerning the very bad figs, are so bad as to be inedible, Adonai says, I will make Zedekiah, the king of Yehuda, and his leaders resemble them. Likewise, the rest of Jerusalem remaining in this land, and those living in the land of Egypt everywhere. I will drive them, I will make them an object of horror, repulsive to all the kingdoms of the earth, a disgrace, a byword, a laughingstock, a curse. And I will send sword, famine, plagues among them, till they have disappeared from the land I gave them and their ancestors.